Devin, man. Didn't we warn you? Huh? I know you ain't want to listen because you felt like people was criticizing you and people should have never been in your personal life. But come on, you know what this hoe was going to do? You know what this scoochie was going to do to you? The combination of a skank and a hoochie? Come on, Devin. I told you don't mess with this H-O-I-S-H chick. I'm not surprised. And you know what? I don't believe it. I'm on Devin Haney's side on this one. I don't give a damn what y'all think. I seen this time and time again. I see it. And look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Attorneys have a strategy of doing this to men and good fathers. And I believe that Devin Haney is a good father. Shout out to Bill Haney because he was groomed and molded by a good father that was been there but for his children. And Devin Haney is a disciplined guy. Good guy. He's a good guy. I know in boxing where you may hate him because of his style, his father talking ish, but that's the sport. That's the sport. But outside of this, because this is serious. And I don't like women like this. I don't like the system. Ladies and gentlemen, the attorney would tell their client like this, Scoochie, get a restraining order. Get a restraining order so then when you're in the process of going to court, and he got petitioned by you, right, to go to court, he can't see his daughter. You can't see your child until the court date. And then when you enter the court, the judge automatically, remember, it's going to be her versus you. That's why I tell every guy, when you break up, go straight ahead and petition and try to give visitation or try to fight for joint physical custody. But us men, we don't like to make those first moves, and that's the problem with us men. We don't like to make the first move. If you got a problem with the chick, we don't like to call the cops. Hey, yo, man, if you got a crazy baby mama, especially if you are a VOVBM, a victim of vindictive baby mamas, call the cop. If she crazy right away, man, and she disrespecting you, verbally disrespecting you, put her hands on you, man, call the cops first. Trust me, you ain't no punk. You dealing with an enemy, a potential enemy, and you got to be first. But let me say it like this. An attorney would say, okay, get a restraining order. So by the time you get your first hearing, right? And I know men know what I'm talking about because some of us been in this situation. I'm gonna tell you the game. The attorney tells her to get a restraining order. So right when you got your first hearing, the judge is already looking at you like you're the bad guy. And look, Devin Haney is a boxer. So what's the perception? What's the assumption? That he's violent, right? So right away, the judge is really not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. So what they're going to do, right, is the restraining order. She's going to go for child support, or she's going to go for sole custody because she's going to pretend like she's afraid, right? And because he's a boxer and in a violent sport, he's already looked upon as a violent guy. Restraining order, fighter, boxer, already a violent guy. But that's the strategy the attorney gets. So right away, you're going to have to fight double to see your kids. It's all about money. You know what this Scoochie is all about. We all know what this Scoochie was all about. You know why she wanted to trap Devin Haney. We was trying to tell Devin, but Devin didn't want to listen. Because he thought that it was hate, but it wasn't hate. We was looking after you, my brother. You should have listened. And I did videos about it too. So check what she said. Because we don't believe this chick. Devin has hurt me in the past by punching me and pushing me while pregnant. We don't believe you, bitch. Threatening me and arguing with me in the presence of our daughter, Sade said. I'm concerned about his behavior, and I worry that he will act upon his threat to me, stating, you will see, for the foregoing reasons, I am requesting a DVRO protecting myself and my daughter, seeking sole, legal, and physical custody. Ladies and gentlemen, I know this very, very well. I know the game. And if you've been following the channel, I used to have these segments on Sundays, right? Every Sunday, I used to call it the Brotherhood Circle, and we'd be talking about these things, right? Because there's one thing that I believe that society, that we need to work on society, and fathers and men need to come together, is fight against the family court. I know attorneys, this is their thing. The attorney have told me this is their thing. First, you got to create that they're a violent person, that there's a restraining order and stuff like that. But you go through the process, And if I was Devin Haney, I'm going to say this. Devin Haney, listen to me. Listen to me. Because I've gained custody of my son, my oldest son. I gained custody of my son. I went through the whole thing, 11 months of it. So listen to me, right? When you get your daughter, don't get your daughter or go to her house or she comes drop it off. You tell the judge, I want to drop and pick up my son in front of law enforcement, whether in the local precinct or with a law enforcement. Do what you got to do. Paint the picture that she's a liar and she's about the money. I have not done anything to her in the sense of what she's been talking about. Right? I want to drop off and pick up my kids in front of law enforcement, in front of the precinct. Trust me, the judge will grant that. He's going to be like, okay, let me see. This guy's telling the truth. Damn. And be like, I don't trust this woman. She's a liar. I don't trust her, because if I'm alone with this person, even with a witness of her side or my side, she will say that my side did something to her, or her side is going to back her up on whatever lie they have going. Law enforcement only. That's number one. Fight for joint physical custody. You got the means, you got the money and stuff like that. Fight for joint physical custody, and don't go out there trying to play her game. I just want 50-50. I just want the time and the relationship that I have for I want with my daughter. You a boxer, so you got all the time in the world. You're not a 9-to-5 person, so you could be with your daughter all the time. You could pick her up from school, preschool. You don't even need babysitter. It's you. But you got to want to be that type of father, right? And I believe that Devin Haney comes from that cloth, because we see how Bill Haney is with Devin and Sean and his princess. We see that. And they got a good family structure, and they can all help each other. This is the reason now for Bill and Devin and all those times that people make videos about it. It wasn't about making fun of Devin Haney. It's about, yo, you shouldn't even be in this situation. This chick is just going to go after your money, and you know that. You know that. These women should be put in jail. I don't respect one bit of what, and I'm not going to say there's men out there that are deadbeat dads. I'm not going to say that. But now there's a system out there that could be easily taken advantage of, and these women are easily taking advantage of this. She knew her place since day one. She knew what she was going to do. She had the time. She knew the schedule. I'm going to wait till my daughter is this age. This was all a plan. I've seen this time and time again. I used to fight for fatherhood. Before I created my channel, right? I wanted to study and really study the system and understand why they do what they do, why the system works the way that it works. This is a system that's highly broken. It's a system that wants father out their lives. Remember, they want this. They want a household without the father. They're trying to diminish the importance of men and fathers. Men got to stick together. Fatherhood got to stick together. We got to work together and stuff like that and fight this system. And that's one thing that we haven't fought. And I remember the time when I wanted to fight for this system, and over 200 men signed for the petition so we could protest family court. You know how many people showed up? 5. Me, the other person that was orchestrating it, and 3 other fathers. The problem with fathers, and we do not fight this system the proper way. We don't come out. We quit. Men give up so easily because the system makes us give up. They're trying to, strip you from your money, restrict you from your own blood, your other half, your legacy, whether it's your daughter or your son. I know it's tough. There's certain men that just can't handle it because they feel they're going to do something to this woman. They don't even want to be in that type of space. So then they become a deadbeat dad because the system wants you to be a deadbeat. They don't give a damn about you. They only care about the money. That's it. They don't give a damn about the child as well. It's a system that they don't even give a damn about the child. She doesn't give about, and she don't give a damn about the child. That was just her way to get money. So Devin, if you trust me, brother, and Bill, yo, if you need anybody to talk to you, holler at your boy Punch Run Boxing. I'm telling you, bro. Trust me, bro. I know this game. I know this system. And for men, if you have problems as well, man, my email is punchrunboxing@gmail.com. Yo, let's talk about these things out loud. The more men talk about this and fight against the system and bring it to the forefront of the culture, So important people could get on this and we could talk about it and change things. And that's the problem. I see a lot of people protesting for the Rainbow Army and stuff like that for everything, immigration, police brutality, and all of this stuff. But you know what? We have not had that type of movement to fight for fathers. The mothers ain't fighting for us. I see more women fighting for the rainbow people than fathers and men. Let's have that extension. Let's go back to being the extension of God, being the head of the table, protecting our children from these kind of mothers. Remember, this is our blood. This is our legacy. They rocking our last name. Let's take control.